So, as you know, I'm building a shed, and of course, that bus that comes to pick up some guy around the corner is backing up. But anyway, so of course, I'm building a shed just for additional storage. You can't have too much storage, especially decluttered storage. So, this shed, the side of the house is really the only reasonable place that I had to build a shed without, having it like having to do too much work or, kind of block additional usable space. Like, I thought about building it here, but then the natural light that we get for this backyard comes from this side, just because we have all these taller pine trees or evergreen trees that are right here. So I kind of want to build a actual planter box. I have one on the next side of the house, but I kind of want to build a planter box on this side, just between here. So, and then obviously this umbrella is here that we use in the summer when it gets really hot and we're out here just chilling. This space right here, this is probably where the garbage cans are gonna go. So 3 large garbage cans, or they might just go up against the wall right here. To be honest, I'll probably not put them right here because I don't know, the AC's right here, the microwave vent is right there, and the door to the garage is right there, and the master is right up there. So I don't want like the smelly stuff right up against the house. So I'll probably end up leaving them over here where this table saw is set up. So this shed that I'm building, it's 4 feet deep. I got a little, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably about 11 inches offset from the fence line. Just enough to kind of slide back there sideways if you absolutely needed to. So just an offset from the fence line. I plan to replace this fence eventually, so definitely don't want to box myself in. Yeah, it's kind of overdue for a replacement and a paint job. So 4 feet wide. I have it butt up against this side because it really doesn't matter. That's the property line right here. So in theory, I can extend this out if I feel like I'm too close right here. So not worried about that. So 4 feet wide, and it's 16 feet long. The reason why it's 16 feet long is because I want to be able to store my extension ladder, which is a 28 footer, so it collapses to 14 feet thereabout. And that's where this little offset comes in. Obviously, I had to leave a gap here for trash cans and stuff. So, leave a reasonable gap. And then I have a yard tractor that is 29 inches wide at the wheelbase. So, being able to leave enough room to maneuver stuff. Obviously, this thing is built on these blocks. There's 2, 4, so you can see them in the back. You can see them staggered every so often, all the way down. And then for every one of these, there's one that runs through the center. There's a support piece that runs through the center. Actually, that's the center. So you got 1, 2, and then they're staggered ever so much down. And then at the ends, I just got these like flat blocks. I didn't want to rest it right on the actual sidewalk here. I gotta pull this out slightly. Obviously, I kind of missed it in the paint process, but I'll figure it out. It's kind of stuck. So I put these like flat blocks on there. Obviously, I took the time to paint it. I had some paint that I used in the previous shed, so I painted the top, and you got these unpainted spots that are marked basically, the size of the area that I'm working in, I'm limited to building like pretty much 4-foot segments. So one wall is built for that side, and then a 4-foot, another 4-foot, and so forth. And then we're onto this side. So all those walls in the back, they're built all the way around. And I'm at this one right now, which is number 3, and this is the doorway. So I just gotta finish it. I gotta put a centerpiece right here. Put a couple more little subby support in between here. Actually, and this is a doorway. So this is gonna be the part of the actual door, which I'm gonna cut out. So probably put a couple more bracket braces in there just to prevent any type of flexing. I might have mentioned it previously, but it's gonna be 12 foot tall. So when you look at that section, that's how tall that shed is gonna be. So definitely, I had a lot of lumber laying around, but then I also had to buy a couple more pieces, a lot more pieces, I guess, including the sheet, the exterior sheeting. Something that I'm thinking about. It's been raining for the last couple of days, and I noticed there's a lot of water. I mean, you can still see it's slightly saturated. There's a lot of water that like pools right here, and honestly, I think it's from this gutter. I think it's from this gutter that's slightly leaking. So I'm kind of torn about putting in like a drainage system right here. Kind of, that was one of those in-ground drainage with a little mesh thing, and then routing it around. That would mean I would have to take up this platform, at least take off the top, and then excavate all the way down, pretty much fall on the edge of this sidewalk all the way down underneath it, and then use my hole saw and cut out a big, I don't know, 4-inch hole right there through that bottom plate of this fence, and run that stuff outside. So I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure if it's absolutely necessary to do that, but I absolutely want to, obviously I want to do it before the walls go up. So like I said, 4-inch PVC with the drain right there in the low spot, just to create that warm and fuzzy. And honestly, I think I might do it because I mean, I've kind of identified that it could be a problem, and there's no better time to fix it than before I put up that the walls on that shed. So it would just be like centered in this low spot right here. Maybe like a 35-degree elbow to a straight run all the way to the fence line, under the, like, buried under the thing. And then so I'd put one drain right here, using a couple more T's, put another drain right here, and then put probably like, I don't know, 2 or 3 more T's under here with additional drains, because this sidewalk slopes away from the house. So obviously it shouldn't have much water coming off the house, but nonetheless, I don't necessarily want water ever building up under the platform here. So it almost creates like a little valley right here. You got a little fence line over there that comes downwards, and it kind of almost does that. And then I'll just let it run outside on the front gravel, which I have to address right here, and then out to the street. There's a connection down there which I could tap into in the grass, but all I would need to do is get that excavated all the way to that area, and then I can do the rest of it that's on that side. Not concerning, but definitely something I want to seriously consider before, because once the walls go up on this, I'm pretty much committed to accepting the drainage situation right here, which is, like I said, it's a little bit concerning, especially seeing that, yeah, obviously the sidewalk, it slopes away from the house, and then you got this artificial grass right here that doesn't really absorb water. So I mean, it builds up. I would say it's about the height of this rock right here. Like it's definitely noticeable, and you can definitely notice it that it's saturated right here all the way back to the platform. So talking about walls, I have them built right here, like I said, in 4-foot segments. These are some extra sheet of ply that I need to finish, but I have my walls built right here. Kind of kept them covered in the rain as much as I can. That's why I have all these plastic pieces. Like the foundation, I had it covered. In fact, I had it covered before I painted them, but I pretty much just painted, stacked, and so that way when the wall goes up, it's pretty much just painted. It's completely painted, and anything that's required would be touch up. So that's the color I went with, the same color inside my garage and inside the other shed. So yeah, that's the project. Wow, words. That's the progress I have made so far. Today my plan is to finish the store section as far as the framing, and then like I said, that's number 3. So you got 1, 2, 3. So I'm right here, and that's pretty much 85% complete. I'm not too concerned about the door, but I still want to cut it out if I can today or something. But then after I get done with that, the plan is to build this little section, and then this section, so 2 pieces, and then this is going to be another doorway. So this is going to be a smaller doorway. As you can see, it's pretty small, but it's basically so I can get my ladder in there. So that's really the primary purpose of this doorway, to get a ladder in and out. And then the primary entry door is going to be here. It's going to, all said and done, it's going to be about 3 feet wide. About 3 feet wide and slightly under 8 foot tall. And that should give me enough clearance for everything that I need to store in here. But where I'm going to maximize my space is the fact that this thing is going to be 12 feet tall. I also got some gutters, so I'm going to put some gutters. It's going to have a sloping roof, so I'm going to do a double. I'm going to do a 16 foot of 2x4 to kind of tie in all the walls on the backside, and then I'm going to put a second 16 foot of 2x4 on top, and that's just going to give me that little slope I need. I'm going to use this gutter on the front end to catch all the water, because I don't want all the water like falling right here and like marking the concrete and then having additional water run in. So what I'll do is put a gutter, and the downspout is going to come right here, and then I'll just, in fact, I might tap into it right here in this little drainage system I was previously talking about. So that stuff is all tied in. So a little bit more complicated shed than I initially planned. In fact, when I say plan, I don't really have a plan. My plan was the space that I'm working with and just going from there. But as you can see, I've built quite a few wall segments, and I got my sheet in there. I got my remaining lumber that I need, and I just need to clean this place up. That's why all the stuff is all a mess back here, because it's just a work in progress, so I can get all this stuff stored away. Really like this utility cart. It's gonna come in handy just to wheel it out. I actually just wheeled it out of the garage, and it was just awesome just having all this stuff just hanging on there. So yeah, that's the plan. First I'm gonna tap my gutters though, get that situated. That's more critical, and then I'll just let this place warm up a little bit more. I gotta get some rocks. All the mud and stuff right here is just annoying, so that's not gonna work out for me. So I'm gonna get a couple bags of rocks and then dump it on here just to get rid of the mud. But yeah, if I do have to take this thing up, I'm pretty much limited to excavating like between here all the way down. And then I had put a leg right here. I'd probably just have to remove that one, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. I might have to remove a couple more and reposition them, but it's not the end of the world. And like I said, this is just like, it's screwed down. It's already painted, so it's not the end of the world to unscrew it real quick and pick it up, put it to the side, dig my channel, obviously, and slide those pipe in, connect them, and you know, be confident that the drainage system is going to be good to go. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. It's pretty cold out here. It's probably like 55 degrees. So, as me always say, like and I hate the thing.